Trying to make it potentially a one-possession game. Up and under Pacey's. That's what they need right there. Force one here. Up to Chin, who throws it down. Minkler, good ball fake, gets to the 10. Count it and the foul. Two buzzer beaters to his credit, goes down the lane, double pump.
There it is.
Good! Another! And it's a steal by Soden to the rim. He's got the layup and Bedford's got the lead. McGeady drives, Strand open, three-pointer up and in. Wow. And they come up with a steal. O'Connell looking for the flush.
Make guys shoot twos.
Step back, Castro trying to tie the game. Juanena up the sideline, Castic way, double pump. Shot up and in! Up and in! Trying to find Bono. Mike with the steal! Mike is going to run up the clock! Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Bedford. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Keene and Bedford, two top three teams in Division 1, facing off here with just 2 weeks remaining in the regular season. Keene at 10-3, Bedford just ahead of them in the standings at 11-3 overall. Both teams are chasing top place Portsmouth. And we'll see the Clippers, by the way, on Friday night.
Will.
But our attention belongs here for a reason. The Blackbirds quietly ran off at one point 9 wins in a row before we saw them in Manchester a week ago. They lose in overtime to Keene, and then they return home and fall against Nashua North by a score of 70-62. So an unusual 2-game losing streak coming into tonight for Ray Boulet's Keene Blackbirds. Bedford, they were on the wrong end of a 72-67 final score their last time out on the road in Hudson against Alvern. They dropped to 11-3, and yes, Alvern is
right there,
is having a top 5 season as well. So bottom line, with the remaining games at a premium, big game tonight with the winner really in good shape as everybody chasing that 1 seed with a chance for the only bye in the upcoming Division 1 tournament.
Well, you know both teams want that. This is a very difficult place to play most of the time. Right now, the crowd section and with the students is not very populated, but if it does get like that, it's a tough place to play. Driving from Keene is always tough. We saw Keene struggle early against Trinity in the first half. Did not come to play early, came to play in the second half and turned it around and almost won the game. So you got to hope they come out with more energy. This is energy, efficiency, and effort tonight for them in the first half. They can't get behind to this Bedford team that likes to play fast. They just can't. Not early, because they'll get blown out if they get behind early. And everything is too close. Like you said, they're the tied in the loss column. You know, Keene is 1 behind or half a game behind in the win column. But all those teams at the top, you want that bye. If you can get that bye and give yourself a little time to rest, maybe if you have some injuries, give yourself a little more, maybe watch some of the other teams, watch some games, watch our games. Watch some of the games that maybe you're going to play. Hey, watch out for Goffstown. They were impressive the other night. Watch out for Goffstown. Some of those teams that you want to see.
3 out of 4. And this is seemingly one of the deeper, more wide open tournaments that we've seen in the last few years. So to avoid a first-round opponent is obviously a plus as well that comes with that top overall bye. So both teams in the hunt for the number 1 seed with 2 weeks remaining. Keene and Bedford coming up next. The tip-off at the top of the hour. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit newhampshiretomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, there it is, the national anthem, setting the stage for this battle here between Keene and Bedford in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham, Blackbirds and Bulldogs, two legit contenders here as we approach mid-February, just 2 weeks remaining in the regular season. Starting lineups both ways. A mix of veterans and youth. Bedford's got a freshman we know about, the power forward, Weeji Dak. He's played well all year. There's a 6'6" senior next to him on that front line, and Connor O'Rourke set to take the tip here for Bedford. Three-guard set, Landon Elsmore, Logan O'Connell, both juniors. Jack Hinton is the senior. And Hinton will control the tip. Bedford has it first. Bulldogs in their home whites. Keene with a 5 of Fitch Hennessy, Will Fontaine, two seniors. Kason Abbott, Jamal Stanley, both juniors. And Javon Messiah, the player to watch tonight on the Player of the Year watch list, is the senior up top defensively. Bedford, meanwhile, taking their time on their opening trip here as Keene opens in a man-to-man.
Yeah, run a little bit of offense, maybe. I like that. Pick and roll. Use your big man. Take advantage. You don't have a lot of size with Keene. They do have length, though. See, it's a little bit deceiving. Keene has some guys that are about 6'3", 6'4", long arms. Messiah is longer than he looks. You might not think it, but, he's 6'4", 6'5", and jumps really well.
Here's Dak in the low post. The freshman spins to his left and goes over the top for two.
He's a very advanced freshman. You almost say, well, he's kind of now feel like he's played so many games, he's moved into the sophomore status almost.
He started all season at that 4 spot and has played well. Here's a 3 for Jamal Stanley. It won't go. O'Rourke the rebound. Bulldogs a 2-0 lead. They'll slow it down with a minute gone by. O'Rourke now finds Dak, goes down the lane, missed it off the glass. Rebound controlled by Messiah off the tip out. The senior will bring it himself. Goes down the lane, glides off the window, and one.
He did a really good job attacking the basket with those little right-hand floaters off the glass. You don't see a lot of kids use the glass very well. He does. He's confident off the glass.
See there, got the step, and then despite the contact from the defender, Hinton, who picks up the foul, able to use the window. And now a chance for one more, hoping to put the visitors out in front, and he does. Old-fashioned three-point play puts Keene out ahead, 3-2. Here's
man press.
Yep. Hard screen at midcourt, and there's a Keene player shaken up. That's Will Fontaine.
Rolled his ankle, backpedal, I think, took a big step, rolled his ankle.
He is one of their rebounding and scoring leaders. Going to take a trip behind the Bedford bench and look at the trainer.
And their bench isn't deep, Nick. We've seen them. They only play 6-7 guys max, if necessary. And Bedford can play a few more. I think Bedford can play about 8 if they have to. But neither bench is very deep. It's a very starter-heavy rotation for both sides.
Here's Logan O'Connell.
I like it. A lot of screen and roll, passing cut, big fellas, screening, trying to roll to the basket.
Elsmore takes advantage of some space. 3 won't go. Offensive rebound for Dak. Freshman kicks it out. Hinton is ready to shoot. And went off the back iron. Another offensive rebound for Dak. Bedford potentially a third shot here. O'Connell trying to shake off the pesky Messiah.
Nearly a 5-second count. Really good defense. Didn't see a count up top. Should have been counting up top.
O'Connell into the lane is called for a travel. First turnover either way, shuffled the feet a bit.
Going to keep an eye on the turnovers, as we always do. And we got to keep an eye on foul trouble for Keene. Against Trinity last time we saw them, deep foul trouble early.
1 team foul each way so far, just over 2 minutes gone by first quarter. Keene goes to the bench. They bring in Alex Holmes for the first time. Shot taken here in the lane by Hennessy. Tipped out. O'Connell to the rim, has to finish. Well, Bedford able to get out and run. Coach Moreno likes to see that. His club back out in front 4-3.
Yeah, that's how they like to play. They run, they push.
Meanwhile, 2 ball screens here and a block shot at the end. O'Rourke off the switch, came over to get his first rejection of the night.
Got to realize how big he is. He's 6'6", maybe approaching 6'7". He's got long arms. You can't take that inside like that and expect to score on a big fella like that.
Shot missed that time for Hennessy. Rebound for Dak, his third already. Nearly 3 minutes in, Bedford working on a 1-point lead. First sub into the game, that's this kid, Ali Shakur. Goes right to the rim, finishes in traffic with the left hand.
Yeah, good left hand, attacked the basket off of the handoff. So again, a lot of passing, cutting, screening, a little more patience on offense for them. We've seen them kind of evolve, I think, a little bit, gone away from more of the one-on-one early to more team basketball.
Holmes up top, can't hit the 3. Dak another rebound.
Dak is a rebounding machine, Dennis Rodman style right now. He's got all kinds of rebounds.
4 unofficially. Nearing the midway point, first quarter. And a foul on the floor is going to be called against Keene. You see Kaysen Abbott give an inquisitive look towards the official.
Yeah,
but he's called with the bump, and that's Keene's second team foul. By the way, father-son combo blowing the whistles tonight, Gary Walsh and Connor Walsh.
Walsh squared.
Fade away, no. Dak tips it alive. Another chance on the way. Going to bowl his way to the rim. Blocked. Another chance. Gets it done with the jump hook.
That's what you got to do. Don't give up. All right, follow your shot. Don't give up. Keep attacking the basket. Rebound. Pump fake.
4 points for Dak early. Bedford with 6 straight. They lead by 5. Keene looking for an answer. They won't get it. It's turned over. Quick outlet. Shakir to the rim. Got a layup.
This is where you got to think about maybe a timeout. You don't want to get down too much early. And
there it is. The timeout is called by Ray Boulay. Wants to pump the brakes here. Bedford scored 8 straight. They lead 10-3 as we at the midway point of this first quarter. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. And finally by the New Hampshire Tomahawks Showcase and Development for College Lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. 2 of the top 3 teams in the D1 standings with 2 weeks remaining in the regular season vying for playoff positioning. Bedford getting out to the start they want. Bulldogs have scored 8 unanswered and lead 10-3.
Yeah, right now, too, you got to get some stops. You have 1 rebound to 8 for Bedford. So you've got to find ways to maybe get second shots. They're not getting any second shots.
Here's a double team and a steal. O'Connell up ahead to the newcomer. Count it. And the foul. Of course, the newcomer is Luke O'Connell. The freshman just checked in. He gets the assist from the other O'Connell. So Logan hooks up with Luke, and Bedford, well, they're making Keene pay with those mistakes as a steal turns into a bucket.
And I'm not sure if this is right, but I think that's Kason Abbott's 3rd foul, according to the board.
I think so.
I thought it was his 2nd, but.
So Abbott in early foul trouble. He's already checked out. Keene has called Dan Malay's number. Junior guard makes his first appearance. And keep in mind, if you're just joining us, Will Fontaine, the senior power forward, still being looked at over in the medical corner here in the gym. So Keene a little shorthanded and trailing on the scoreboard early by 10 for the first time at 13-3.
And they need him, size. One more player with size. You got to have a rebounder inside. You have, Alex Holmes comes in off the bench. He can rebound, but another turnover.
Turnover bug biting Keene. That's by design. Coach Moreno's defenses over the years, we know to expect the unexpected, right? They really a man-to-man team at heart, but a lot of different zones and a lot of different presses expected to be on the way again tonight.
Every once in a while, they'll play zone for a while, mix it up.
3-pointer off target. The rebound goes to Hennessy. Keene, the senior, bringing himself into the front court. Now Messiah will slow it down.
If you're Keene, though, you can't. The other night they turned the ball over way too much. You can't do that against Bedford. They'll just beat you down. There's no way to come back from that.
Malay trying to keep it in the front court. His teammate is whistled for the violation as you see Messiah give an eye roll there, a little frustrated. His team only 1 field goal here through now 5+ minutes.
They haven't even had very many looks, just a couple. Couple blocks, couple got blocked, but right now you got to hope. You got to hope that they can tape that ankle up, give him a little bit of rest, get him back in the game. Since Cody just they need that extra rebounder to come in and play. It's just, they're shorthanded as it is now.
Meanwhile, Bedford's been efficient on offense, just 1 turnover. Showing patience on this possession. This one is going to be a foul here in the lane, a loose ball foul against the freshman Dak, who has been seemingly on a mission on the glass here in this first quarter. 6 unofficial rebounds, but a little too aggressive there. Going to pick up his first and take his first rest as well. O'Rourke back onto the floor after a brief spell on the sideline.
You bring in, take out one really good rebounder, you bring in another good rebounder.
Messiah for 3. Back iron miss. The loose ball ends up with Shakir.
They're just sort of settling for some shots. They need to maybe take their time, get some free throws, attack the basket somehow.
Shakir follows his own miss, kicks to the corner, and that 3 is up and in. Landon Elsmore able to get square and got the friendly hometown roll for his first three-point field goal.
Yeah, it's just right now they're shooting well. Their offensive rebounding. Even guys coming off the bench, Shakur's offensive rebounding. So if you're Keene, you got to make a decision. You got to get yourself motivated to play early.
Stanley able to draw contact there, going to head to the free throw line. Meanwhile, Bedford, they've now scored 14 unanswered. Keene desperately looking for points here to end the drought.
Yeah, 3 points right now in the first quarter is just not enough. Not going to get it done against Bedford at home.
O'Rourke with his first foul. 3 team fouls each way. Stanley going to get the friendly roll.
The problem is, too, you can't keep playing these games and trying to come back from so many points down and expect to win those games. Eventually, you're just going to be worn out.
Free throw is good. With a sub coming here for Bedford. Tyler Pickett, junior guard, into the rotation, replaces Shakir, who played well there in a limited spell off the bench. 4 points, a couple of rebounds.
Yeah, he was great. Came in just for 3 minutes. Came in and got rebounds, scored baskets, played hard. That's the thing. If you come off the bench, you better play hard. So they're trying to trap Keene is on that with that full court press, and they're not. The traps aren't tight enough.
Luke O'Connell for 3, hits the rim twice before O'Rourke goes back up and in.
Good rebound by O'Rourke and an easy 2-footer.
Bedford lead again is 13 at 18-5. Keene going to swing it to Hennessy. Thought about it. Now puts it on the deck. Bodied up here by the freshman Luke O'Connell. Up top, Holmes ready to shoot. Line drive miss off the front iron. Bedford going to crash the glass, and it's Elsmore who wrestles it away for his team. Up the floor, ready to fire is Pickett. Off target from the wing. The board belongs to Messiah. And the Keene senior going to slow it down. Inside of the final minute. First quarter, Stanley wide open, drills the 3.
You can't do that if you're Bedford. You can't leave guys wide open. They see the ball go in. We talked about this the other day. Ball goes in a few times. You build confidence. You shoot better.
Elsmore, 2 big steps down the side of the lane, and that's too much. A travel.
Travel
is the call. Just the second Bedford turnover of this first quarter, but Keene trying to build a little something here. 5 quick points from Jamal Stanley. Chance to make it a single-digit game again as we approach 30 seconds to go in the opening frame. Messiah leans into a short 2. It won't work. Kept alive by O'Rourke. Bedford looking to push. O'Connell. Pump fake. Double clutch. No. Holmes a skying rebound off the miss for Keene. Turned over. And then loose. O'Rourke never quite had it. Hennessy now the other way. Final 10 seconds for Keene. Wraparound pass. Holmes blocked at the rim. O'Rourke with the rejection. Up ahead. Elsmore on the run. Misses, and that'll do it. First quarter in the books. Bedford at 1 point scored 14 unanswered. Out in front by 10 after 8 minutes. 18-8 as Keene looks for a response when we come back. We're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, we're back here in Bedford getting set for the second quarter. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Bedford looked good in that first quarter. At 1 point, rattled off 14 in a row. They lead by 10 to begin this second quarter and open up on the defensive end in the 2-3 zone for the first time.
2-3 zone. Look at the high post. That's where you want to throw the ball. We've mentioned that. That's why Goffstown did a good job the other night. They defended the high post. Hennessy right now flashing at the high post has been wide open. You want to try and go there and have him kick it or attack the basket.
You can see Coach Boulay from the Keene sideline cupping his mouth, issuing instructions in real time for this offense. Patient possession. Hennessy is swallowed up, and a jump ball is called in the paint. He's got Coach Moreno clapping his hands, likes the defensive effort there.
Great
Jump
defense.
ball is the call, and Bedford has possession.
Well, you know what? Right idea, but again, when you go attack a 6'6", 6'7" guy and you're about 5'10", 5'11", you've got to pump fake and do something different. Use the basket.
Dak, the freshman, had it in deep, but bobbled it and loses it.
It's a rare turnover.
It's the third for Bedford. Meanwhile, spin move here, and another jump ball is called.
Ooh, I might have missed that
Tough
jump
landing there as Jamal Stanley got knocked down, tied up before he hit the ground, though, as we get another look. See a pretty good defensive play by Ellsmore.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Didn't know about the jump ball, but
Keene will keep it. We're going to cut into this 18-8 Bedford lead. Both teams, of course, chasing Portsmouth in the Division I standings. Clippers lead the Bulldogs by a half a game and a full game over Keene. Those are your top three, again, in the Division I standings. 2 weeks remaining. The final regular season game statewide, at least for D1, is 2 weeks from today, the February 25th.
So Keene needs to attack the zone, I imagine, like they practice, right? Move the ball around. Where are the gaps? Right now, no one's in the gaps. Now they kind of are in the gap areas. You have, at the wing, that's where the areas are. Wing, short corner, high post. You can't over dribble in the zone. Look what happens when you over dribble in the zone. Nothing. Everybody stands around and watches.
Here's the high post. Inside out. Good closeout. And no shot for Keene. They'll pull it back out. Now a baseline drive for Stanley. Leaves his feet. Whips it to Messiah. Three-pointer is a back iron miss. This one is tipped loose. Controlled by Malay. Second try for Keene. Holmes gets it done.
Good job by Holmes attacking. Now he can attack O'Rourke. He's got some size. Use his body. Use his shoulder. Lean in a little bit.
First two for the junior off the bench.
Long possession for Keene. They just kind of looked out of sorts offensively.
Well, Dak lost it off his fingertips. 2 minutes in, second quarter. Keene, chance to make it a two-possession game here. They trail by as many as 13.
Yeah, Bedford's coming way out on the zone. And when you do come way out, that leaves your high post wide open. But got a flash right there. Messiah flashing the high post. Got to move the ball quickly by passing the ball. Look to skip pass. Look to screen.
There it is. Josiah down the lane. Floater.
He is a master of the floater.
Well, he passed on the open three. Took that extra dribble and then got into his comfort zone in the lane. The second field goal.
Well, chip your way back, right? 6 points. Chip it. Chip away the lead.
Messiah with 5. Meanwhile, Bedford yet to score in this second quarter. Offensive rebound, O'Rourke gets the inside track, can't finish, goes back up and is fouled.
He's rebounding really well. Might get some free throws on that. No free throws on the floor. Okay. Thought maybe he was going up with that shot.
Unofficially 6 rebounds for the 6'6" senior in this first half. We get another look at the whistle. It was on the second try there against Hennessy. That's his first. Now O'Rourke is going to score the basketball despite the foul. Took it over the back. Uses the window for his second field goal, and now a chance for one more as Bedford's out in front 20-12.
And Hennessy just got back-to-back fouls. You got to have him in the game. Floor leader. I think that was his second foul.
Yeah, Hennessy with 2. Abbott is still on the bench with 3. And it does not look like we'll see Will Fontaine return to the lineup. He was injured in the first minute of action, and it appears to be an ankle injury. He's seemingly out of commission at the end of the Keene bench.
Yeah, he's on crutches. See, Bedford taking the zone. They're playing, back to man. They are trying to trap occasionally.
Hennessy on the drive. Cut off. Good help by O'Rourke. Fontaine crashes the party and uses the glass.
Nice job, Alex Holmes.
Or Holmes, excuse me. I misspoke. Not Fontaine, but Holmes' replacement, who has played well off the bench now with 4 points for Keene. Here's a 3 for Hinton. Back iron miss from the wing. Messiah the rebound. He's going to power out. Messiah down the lane, hangs and scores off the glass.
Strong move by Messiah.
And they had Shakir pestering him from behind, didn't matter. Meanwhile, Ellsmore turns the corner, floater, ends up short. Stanley with a strong rebound in the mix for the Blackbirds. Keene is back within 5. They've been on the comeback trail after being down by as many as 13 in the first quarter.
Yeah, all of a sudden, pretty close. Tell you what, though, Hennessy's got to be careful. He went over there, almost took a charge or tried to take a charge.
There he is, a step-through move. No whistle, shot off target. Shakir the rebound up ahead to O'Rourke. Lobs it for Hinton, left it short. O'Rourke going to clean it up.
I'll tell you what, they just ran an out-of-bounds play for O'Rourke where he dribbled and attacked the basket baseline. He's being way more aggressive offensively. He's got 7 points, 7 rebounds. I like to see him involved more. This is the first time we've really seen him involved offensively this year.
And there's another block shot. Rebounded by Holmes. Keene with another chance. Is Messiah going to pull it out with a dribble? Coming up on 3 minutes to go, first half. Now a slicing attack move and finish by Messiah. And with that, an immediate whistle.
I'm not sure what happened there. Did he knock the ball away perhaps? And almost warning after the layup. Great layup. Look at that. Slid it right underneath. He was kind of tripped on the mat. Got up quick.
Either way, Bedford ball.
Great drive to the basket. O'Rourke almost got it for about, third block shot? Almost.
Deep three. O'Connell, and they're going to rule that out of bounds. It may have tipped the wire.
No, it did not. No, I don't know why he called that out of bounds. It didn't hit the wire. We can do that again. It did not hit the wire.
See, I think it did.
Do you? Let's take a look. I could be totally wrong, but to me, it looked like it bounced really high.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Not just hit the top of the back.
Hit the glass.
Hit the front of the glass.
Coach Boulay was advocating for it.
He was
may have gotten his team a break there. Either way, Bedford's going to get the ball back.
It was a turnover.
Another Keene giveaway. Their 7th of this first half. 2.5 now to go until halftime. Coming up at halftime, stats, highlights, analysis, full recap. Tuesday night scoreboard to get to as well. Each game more important than the last with just 2 weeks left in the regular season. Shakir gets the step and gets the whistle.
Bail out at the end. Did a decent job staying in front. First time we're seeing Angelo Orsiari. Check and see on the good defensive play. Oh, he got beat a little bit. Not much there. Little body.
Foul on Orsiani, his first. Just his first trip onto the floor here tonight for the sophomore. Again, Keene a little shorthanded due to injuries and foul trouble.
You get some energy, though, from Shakir off the bench. He comes in, plays good defense, works hard.
Ball handler.
Yeah, good. It's good. See, if you're a guy that comes in off the bench, you're supposed to bring energy. That's your job.
Right.
Or if you come in and you're just playing like everybody else, then why are you coming? You need to be off the bench. You got to be a force.
Orsiani, his first attempt is off the mark, out of bounds. Stanley will return for the Keene lineup. Hennessy wisely maybe taken off the floor with 2 fouls.
That's smart. Hopefully he recognized that because he didn't see. Prior to that, we didn't think. None of us thought that. I think it was Fontaine had 3 fouls. We didn't think that.
No,
we thought
Abbott.
he had 2.
Abbott
had 3 fouls?
Yeah, and Fontaine out
Fontaine's out, right?
with
That's
the leg injury. And now Hennessy on the sideline for likely the final 2 minutes here. 6-point game. Bedford looking to pad the lead before half. They have played with the lead most of the way tonight.
Well,
Messiah gets a hand there, knocks it out of bounds. Bedford will keep it.
Well, they saw the mismatch inside. You had O'Rourke being guarded by Orsiari inside. Had a huge opportunity to throw the ball inside. They just didn't get it in.
Ellsmore off the cut, back to the basket. And the guard shows you the low post skills.
Hook shot.
Second field goal for the junior, 5 points. It's been a balanced attack, really, for both teams tonight. Messiah, left-hand scooper.
Shot.
Well, that release had some grace to it.
It did. They flow. I like that.
Foul against Bedford will send the Keene senior to the free throw line.
I think the Wizard gets to show that again. He watched it. Good switch hands. Didn't see a lot of contact, but a nice-looking shot.
Foul against O'Rourke, his second. Free throw good for Messiah. He's 2 for 2 at the line tonight. He has been the anchor really all season on offense. Tonight, no exception. 10 points, first player either way to hit double figures with a chance to add to that total here. More importantly, The make makes it a two-possession game again, 26-20.
I think he's willed the rest of his team and himself into kind of saying, we got to come back. We can't get down. If we get down too many, we're done. We can't.
Dak, catch and shoot. The freshman is short. Off the bounce, Holmes looking to spark the break. Now Messiah comes behind the back, spins, crossover, down the lane, foul.
Yeah, just attack the basket. He's doing the right thing to get his team back in the game, and he can cut this down to 4 right now.
Just over a minute to go. Foul there is against Dak. That's his second. So Coach Moreno, mindful of the foul situation, sends over Jack May to check into the game.
We haven't seen him yet.
He's a 6'3 senior. And he replaces Dak at the power forward spot. Meanwhile, Messiah has got it stuck on automatic at the free throw line here. He's made 4 straight. That one good as well.
Very confident.
Subs. Shakir out for Bedford. Tyler Pickett back on. So really it's almost a 4-guard set here for Bedford.
1-2-2 full court press, trying to trap the corners again, force the ball.
Three-pointer. Logan O'Connell can't connect from the wing, and there's a whistle on the weak side rebound attempt.
Maybe a push-off on the younger of the O'Connell brothers.
It's Luke O'Connell. And that is going to put Bedford up against the limit as well with 4 team fouls.
Now Bedford will press as well, and they're 2-2-1. What do? We keep the ball out of the corners because that's where you trap, right there. But right now Bedford kind of content to slow them down a little bit.
Messiah goes up the sideline. Orsiani drive on the baseline, gets it off the glass.
He came in the game with confidence, shot a 3, although it was an air ball, not afraid to attack it and get another basket that way. Good play by a guy off the bench who we haven't seen.
2-point game. Keene trailed by as many as 13. Stanley gets his left hand on the pass. Knocks it out of bounds with 33 seconds. Coach Moreno, hands on his hip near midcourt. Seemingly has something in mind here. O'Connell, little wraparound pass for May, who does the rest.
That's a good pass. Unselfish play, good pass.
And a steal. 2-on-1, bounce pass, Luke up and in. Logan O'Connell to Luke O'Connell. Said that a few times. 10 seconds. Keene down 6 suddenly. Stanley is cut off and a foul. And heads up. Stanley a little slow to get up.
They can't afford to lose him. Free throw time, right? Oh, I thought they were up. I thought
it was 4 as well.
Yeah, they feel like they didn't put the 4th one up there, maybe.
Well, either that or I was mistaken.
I don't know, but I just didn't think they put it up.
So Keene will throw it in here with 6 seconds. Holmes up top. Got to hurry. Back door broken up. Stanley trying to get it off. Will not, and that will do it. Good defensive stand there by Bedford brings us to halftime with the Bulldogs out in front. 30-24, but Keene, after a very slow start to the basketball game, able to fight their way back, and we have just a 2-possession difference at halftime.
Yeah, they had 8 at the first quarter. It was 18-8.
Right.
Right? They played, you have 24 now, so you kind of, 16 more points. So you essentially you won that quarter 16-12. It was 18-8, now it's 30-24, so you won that quarter. But they had a chance to tie the game almost there at the end. A couple turnovers, boom, boom. And Bedford wasn't trying to really do a lot in terms of trapping. They just sort of, Keene just threw the ball away. So slow them down a little bit, and they just, made bad decisions with the basketball.
Coming up in just a few moments, full recap from the first half, stats, highlights, analysis. Busy Tuesday as well. Tight standings in Division 1, as we know, so these games are impactful moving forward. Just 2 weeks of regular season play remaining, and Bedford hoping to notch another win on their home floor. Keene looking to make adjustments. We will see you on the other side of the break. 30-24 is our halftime score. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
6-point game as we get set for the second half here in Bedford. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. Bulldogs played with the lead most of that first half, led by as many as 13. After getting out to a fast start in that first quarter, Keene battles back in the second, thanks to a game-high 13 points from Javon Messiah, the senior guard, keeping Keene in this basketball game.
Yeah, they need every man on that squad right now to step up and have a really good second half like they did against Trinity to kind of, they can take over the lead, regain. They were down so many early. And now maybe a little second half enthusiasm. You have a player down. You have a couple more guys that have been in the game. Let's just see what happens second half. Bedford, though, just needs to continue doing what they're doing. Don't turn the ball over. Patience on offense. Get the ball to your big guy inside.
Bulldogs basketball to begin the game. They lob it backdoor to O'Rourke. Did all he could to catch that one, but stepped on the baseline. Just the 5th turnover tonight for the Bulldogs. We saw Keene commit 8 that first half.
That's right. I was looking like maybe he was going to try and throw that one down. I'm not too sure where that ball was supposed to go, but I love those backdoor cut out of bounds or those plays where the guys went backdoor.
Messiah, little crossover pull up. And the spigot remains open. He's got 15 here.
He's going to need to continue to be good, continue to lead the team. He is their floor leader, their general. But I would like to see Stanley and Hennessy get involved a little bit more offensively. Hennessy hasn't scored yet, and he typically scores points.
I believe he was shut out in the first half last week against Trinity as well. Came back to get his numbers in a big second half. But you're right, they're going to need Fitch Hennessy to contribute offensively moving forward. Meanwhile, we have a foul here. Dak is going to head to the free throw line. The freshman looked good, especially on the glass in that first half. 4 points, 6 rebounds unofficially tonight.
He rebounded really well, and then all of a sudden he got in foul trouble, and we didn't see him for quite some time. And, you hate to see guys have to sit down. Sometimes it's frustrating.
2 fouls for Dak. 2 for 2.
He got Messiah with that foul, but luckily it's only his first foul.
First team foul either way as well. Minute gone by, third quarter. Keene chasing both Bedford and Portsmouth in the D1 standings. 3-pointer for Holmes, no. Offensive rebound, Stanley lost the basketball. And it's turned back over to Bedford.
Good rebound. Got to remember, all you young players, when you rebound the basketball, keep the ball up high around your chin, because once you bring it down, I don't care how big you are, Stanley can get up too. Once you bring the ball down, now you're a 5'2" guy, right? All of a sudden the ball's down by your knees. Anyone can knock the ball away. You got to keep the ball up high.
There's a good entry pass off the lob, and there's Dak with the left hand.
Really good pass, man. A good catch by the
it's a tough
big
angle.
freshman.
Tough angle to run the pick and roll, but Bedford pulls it off.
Oh, it is. You're right.
Keene trails by 8. Abbott for 3. He's back in the game after sitting most of that first half with foul trouble. O'Rourke with a game-high now 8 rebounds for Bedford.
He's rebounded well. Stanley needs to take a couple of those shots. He had a 15-footer he passed up. He had a 3 he passed up. I don't know if he's lacking confidence right now, but he needs to kind of generate more offense for himself as well.
Ellsmore right to the rim. Can't get it. Holmes a good box out and rebound. Keene gets the stop they want. Looking for points now. Whipped into the corner. Abbott ready to fire, but it's too strong. Rebound controlled by Ellsmore. Bedford goes up the floor. Dak, 2 big steps and a pretty finish.
That was nice. That big. Those look like, sometimes that looks like a travel to me. I just can't get past that sometimes. We used to say 1.5. I believe they've sort of expanded that rule a little bit to an actual 2 steps. It never used to be a very clear 2 steps.
There's a good pass and finish. There's the bucket we were looking for. Hennessy
and a good screening, right? You do some screening, what happens? Wide open shots.
Yep.
So if you look at the game now, the game lacks screening away, lacks backdoor cuts. A lot of it's pick and roll, passing cut. You don't see a lot of those screens away from the ball anymore.
O'Rourke from the elbow can't hit. 5th rebound for Messiah. Keene down 8, 3 minutes in, third quarter. Oh, great pass.
Look, pass.
Off the easy, too.
They lost Holmes for a minute. Didn't know where Holmes was. What's up, Holmes? I found him. They found him.
Messiah with a pretty dime there. Holmes 6 points off the bench. playing in the stead of Will Fontaine, who has not seen action since the opening seconds, out with an ankle injury. Here's a three from straight away. Won't go, and there's Dak, offensive rebound, able to fight off Holmes. Leads to a three from Logan O'Connell that won't go. Stanley the rebound, outlet pass tipped out of bounds, and it belongs to the Blackbirds.
Strong rebounding. Dak is a beast on the glass. Just a beast. So strong. In a 6-point game, it felt all of a sudden like it was a 4-point game, I thought. I don't know, what did I miss there?
Here's a three for Abbott. Can't find the stroke. Another long rebound for Ellsmore. Another long outlet pass. Dak up and under.
Good feel. Knows where the basket is. Almost another turnover.
Dak with 8 of his 12 in this third quarter.
Man.
As we hit the midway point. Keene trailed by double digits in the first quarter.
They're a different team when he's not in the game, too.
Trying to make it a 2-possession game. A little floater won't go for Messiah. Another rebound for O'Rourke. Tough shot for Ellsmore.
Really tough shot.
His first bucket since the break. 9 for Ellsmore. Bedford by 10. Again. Holmes into the lane, wrapped up, and there's the foul. As Dak is going to be hit with his third, the freshman.
I don't think we did.
Not happy.
The numbers, right now they're down to basically playing 6. Keene, you don't want to try and run. Bedford wants to run. Bedford's favorite thing to do is to push the ball offensively, attack, and go. Don't stop. They get an outlet. They attack. They get layups. Easy baskets that way. If Keene tries to play that way, which they're trying to down, now they're down 10. You can't play that way. Slow it down like they did early. That's how they came back.
Right. Of course, both these teams chasing Portsmouth in the D1 standings. Just 2 weeks remaining in the regular season. The Clippers are 11-2. Bedford a half game back at 11-3. Keene half game behind Bedford at 10-3. And speaking of Portsmouth, we will see them take on Wyndham on Friday night. It's a 6:30 start in Wyndham. Our broadcast begins at 6:15. So Portsmouth and Wyndham. Wyndham, meanwhile, strung together 3 straight wins. They're above 500 and hoping to slay the dragon, so to speak, with everybody chasing Portsmouth. So we're looking forward to that one coming up on Friday.
Portsmouth, I'm sure, they've matured. We've seen them a couple times, but they've matured. As the season goes along, we said they were only going to get better because they're young. Everybody that's young is going to get better usually as the season goes along.
Out of the timeout, Keene. They find Holmes inside, and he banks it home off the window. 8 for Keene, 8 points for Holmes for Keene, and then a quick Bedford turnover is going to give Keene the ball right back.
Not sure the official was ready on that. Not sure he saw it, but
just kind of wildly thrown away. Bedford going to retreat into a 2-3 zone.
The zone was good in the first half. I thought the zone worked well. Keene kind of didn't know where to attack. A lot of dribbling on the zone. One of the rules of thumb, again, I said this earlier, was always against the zone, you want to try and just pass the ball more. If you're going to dribble, you got to attack the gap and try and make something happen. If you're just going to dribble, look, nothing happens in the zone when you dribble around up top. Stagnant.
Messiah thought about it. Puts it on the deck instead. Inside of 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Keene trying to make it a 2-possession game. There's the gap. There's the shot. No. Holmes is fouled midair.
Great follow, Holmes. The tip, controlled tip. And if you don't watch a lot of basketball, on the controlled tip, you get fouled. Free throw time.
Oh, yeah. It's a shot attempt, so.
You get a rebound and a shot.
Yeah, 2 free throws coming for the junior, who has played well in extended minutes off the bench. 8 points, 5 rebounds unofficially for the junior.
If you look now, he may have to start for the next couple games going forward. If Fontaine has rolled his ankle considerably, he's got ice on it. You know, usually that swells up. It's uncomfortable for a couple days, sometimes a week. You're going to have a lot of important minutes from Holmes.
Goes 1 for 2 there. Ellsmore, his 4th rebound for Bedford. Logan O'Connell into the lane, lost the basketball. He's on the floor, and Coach Moreno is going to bail him out from the Bedford sideline with a timeout. So it'll stay at this end with Bedford possession. Bulldogs still out in front 40-33. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. And finally by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you from the Doghouse here in Bedford. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Bulldogs, after trailing 3-2 in the opening minute, have played with the lead ever since. Out in front by as many as 13 back in that first half. Keene has tried to come back. Been as close as 4. Trail by 7 here with the basketball coming up on 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Stanley wide open, three-pointer. Back iron miss. This one is tipped towards the corner, out of bounds, and back over to Bedford.
Wide open. He's got to be ready to shoot. He was not ready to shoot. So in the zone, that's the gap. The 2-3 gap is at the wing, right? Gap at the wing, I said. Gap at the high post. There's another 1-2-2 press.
Bedford has handled it well tonight. They get it to O'Rourke down low. Triple team finds the open man.
Good pass by O'Rourke.
Luke O'Connell, 7 points off the bench for the freshman. He's made an impact. Bedford by 9 again at 42-33. Bulldogs back to a man-to-man as they continue to switch up the defensive look. Step back three, Messiah up and in.
He needed that. He needed that right now. Timely basket.
5 points since halftime. He's the game's high man with 18.
Need to be aggressive, though. Against the zone, you got to be ready. Your feet have to be ready to shoot the ball. You can't wait. You can't hesitate. Confidence. Step, catch, shoot. Step into it as the ball is coming and be ready to shoot.
Elsmore off the ball screen.
Oh, it's an offensive foul.
No, he stumbled first. The travel.
They missed the feet. Gotta watch the feet. Watch the feet.
Bedford with 7 turnovers tonight. Good defense there by Keene. They've got the ball back down, only 6.
You know what we haven't seen, Nick, and this is a bit surprising. We looked at the stat in the first half, is Logan O'Connell has not scored. And typically when we've seen them play, he's 12 to 15, 16 points pretty much every time we've seen him.
Yeah, the shot just has not fallen for him tonight. Offensive rebound.
Good rebound.
Collected by Dan Millay. It leads to a layup there for Messiah, and Keene is right back where they were hoping to be, within 4 here, 42-38. Drive and kick, O'Rourke comes slamming into the defender, who apparently was moving when the contact occurred. So Hennessy tried to draw the charge. It doesn't work, and instead the senior is hit with his 3rd foul.
Yeah, he was coming forward. If he would have stopped, he came forward on the foul. He's got, I don't know, he has 3 fouls.
Yep.
Yes.
2 team fouls each way. Final 40 seconds, third quarter. Shakir into the lane, over Holmes for 2, got it off the window.
And I would say Shakir has no fear because he just attacked another big guy.
Yep.
No problem at all.
7 points off the pine for Shakir. And a travel is called. Little bit of a shuffle there near midcourt is going to give Bedford the ball back with 25 seconds on the game clock here. Perhaps thinking final shot for the third quarter.
I'm thinking final shot. A lot of people out there are probably thinking final shot. If you deny the ball inbounds, Stanley maybe make it more difficult to get that last shot. Maybe. Bedford tends to do stuff differently, though. They may attack the basket early, try and get a couple shots out of it. They see something wide open, they're going to take it.
Bounce pass, broken up, stolen. Messiah with the steal, and now Keene. They're thinking last shot themselves. Down to 8 seconds. The senior drive and kick. Spin move Stanley. Up over O'Rourke. No. Loose ball. Shakir snatches the board, and that'll do it.
Yeah, Stanley had a good look. I think Messiah should have probably shot the ball, but good look. It's a good look and a good pass, but got to finish. Got to finish that one in the end.
Anybody's guess as we head to the fourth quarter. Just a 2-possession game. 44-38. Is it Bedford's night? Or does Keene complete the comeback? We find out next. We're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Just a two-possession difference, 44-38 as we head to the fourth quarter here in Bedford. Nick Anastas along with Justin Gorham. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Two of the top three teams in the D1 standings meeting here with just 2 weeks remaining. Meanwhile, look at this.
Beautiful spin move.
A spin and finish off the window for Fitch Hennessy, starting to get his game going offensively in the second half. His club back within 4. Bedford played with the lead most of the night, led by as many as 13 back in the first half. Pull-up jumper here for Logan O'Connell is short, but he was hit on the wrist. And we'll head to the free throw line. The foul is against who?
I
for
think
Keene?
Messiah.
Yes, Messiah's second. And it's the first team foul either way in this fourth quarter.
It could be Logan O'Connell's first baskets, but, if he can hit a couple free throws, all of a sudden you become a scorer. You shoot well after that, right? Make a free throw or two, feel pretty good.
Yep. It's also the 7th different score tonight for Bedford, so it's been a balanced attack.
That's how you win, though.
Right.
Only one player guys involved.
Only one player in double figures. That's Dak with 10. There's O'Connell, 2 for 2 for Logan, and a steal by Shakir. Looking to lead a 2-on-2 here. Drives to Luke O'Connell. The kick, the 3, no. Offensive rebound, Ellsmore. Fadeaway, yes.
Timely baskets, timely rebounds, bad turnovers. There's Shakir again, though, making his presence felt. Energy.
Yep.
Energy off the bench. That's what you need.
Only 2 second-half turnovers for Keene after 8 giveaways before the break. But that one was costly. Three-pointer up and in, and suddenly it's back down to 5.
I just wish Hennessy wouldn't wait so long.
All 7 of the seniors' points in this second half.
Right, he's a second-half guy. But if he can turn into a first-half guy and a second-half guy, big trouble.
Drive and kick, Shakir for 3. And look out, a collision away from the basketball.
A couple of big guys boxing out, knocked each other down.
No foul, just an official's whistle. Meanwhile, good minutes for the freshman Luke O'Connell. He's going to check out. It's a well-deserved break, 7 points off the pine.
I like Shakir. Energy, wide open threes. He nails them.
He's in double figures with 10.
There's another turnover, an illegal screen.
Yep. It's against Holmes, a moving pick. Coach Millay doesn't like it. His club down 8. They have not quit tonight. Bedford's longest run of the game was 14 unanswered back in the first quarter. Here's a fade, and yes, sir, for Dak. 2 more.
Tough on the block.
Team high, 12 points for the freshman.
See, Coach is fired up.
Yeah, he's going to take a timeout here as Keene wants to talk it over. It's a 10-point game again at 53-43.
Yeah, Coach Boulay was fired up. They took the ball out at half court. He was kind of upset because they got away with just a pretty blatant push-off. Not a dip the shoulder. So if you're a young player, you want to dip the shoulder, lean in, and kind of push off that way. Once you put the arm out and actually push, which is what happened at half court, I can see where he was fired up. Once you push off with that hand, that's a foul. No matter what's an automatic, offensive foul. Easy call, too, most of the time. So I can see where he's fired up a little bit. You're going to get the home court situation goes on. But the game has been officiated, fairly well. I don't see there's no issues with that.
No.
You just got to make sure you don't turn the ball over and play better defense than what they're playing now. All of a sudden, the game's now at 10. They get, to 4 again? They get to 5, and all of a sudden 10. You've got to get stops, and you got to find a way to get ahead.
Well, again, both of these teams chasing Portsmouth in the D1 standings. The Clippers at 11-2 overall, the best mark with 2 weeks remaining. Bedford at 11-3 and Keene at 10-3. And then it's, even more competitive after that. Exeter's in that mix at 10-3, entry to tonight. We're going to see Alvern on Friday. They're 9-4. Trinity is a big lead tonight over Salem. They're 9-4. So the consensus seems to be that this D1 tournament, as wide open as it's been in several seasons. Three-pointer won't go, and ultimately it's Dak on the glass. Working on a double-double tonight. The freshman has been stupendous.
Yeah, he's fun to watch, too. Strong kid. Strongest player we've seen in quite a while. He's only a freshman. That's scary.
Yeah, can't handle the entry pass here. Stolen away. Up the floor to Stanley for the two-hand dunk.
Man, it was. Throw it down, Stanley. He might have got fouled, too.
And with that, a timeout is called by Coach Moreno.
Timeout. Might have got hit. Take another look. He slowed down. I wasn't too sure he was going to do it, but I knew he could do it. I've seen video.
You know, Coach Moreno arguing for a technical foul there, accusing Stanley of hanging on the rim. But as we know with that rule, if there's a player underneath the player who's on the rim, it's okay to hang for safety reasons. We see O'Rourke right there.
He shook it around. I get the shake. The shake was unnecessary, but he did have Shakir. You see Shakir out of the corner of your eye. He's under there as far as you can tell.
Right, both Shakir and O'Rourke in the area. So no T. I think that's the right call. A thunderous two-hand dunk.
Beautiful.
We've seen a couple of throwdowns from his teammate, the senior Javon Messiah.
Yeah.
Saw a few in a couple of different broadcasts, but now we see that something in the water out there in Keene. Apparently, Stanley the junior with a two-hand stuff there.
I saw
impressive
a video of Stanley with a tip, like off a tip, but missed basket tip dunk. Beautiful, beautiful play online. Someone showed it to me. I'm like, wait a minute, where's that come from?
Played well tonight. 7 points, 4 rebounds unofficially.
He's not very big, Nick. He's about maybe 6 feet tall at best.
He can leap. O'Rourke in traffic, tees it up off the glass.
Yeah, he's just too big.
That's his first field goal since halftime. He's right there on the cusp of another double-double for Bedford. 9 points, 9 boards.
Yeah, I just like the fact that they give him more offensive opportunities as the season's gone along.
3 minutes in, fourth quarter. Abbott switches hands, can't get it to go. Dak, another rebound, his 9th. And now Bedford trying to work it out of their own backcourt. Shakir with the handle. Going to slow it up. As we move toward the midway point, fourth quarter, Bedford trying to get to the finish line. They lead by 10, trying to stretch this lead here. And that's an offensive foul as Logan O'Connell crashed into Hennessy.
Yeah, he was there. I think. Last time he wasn't. This time it looked like he got there.
Yep. You can see O'Connell. It's been a little bit of a frustrating night for the junior. So, Keene gets a good stop there. They get the ball back. And they hope to chip away here against this Bedford pressure down by 10.
They need to chip quick. Got to chip quick because Bedford can score really fast.
Stanley spin and score.
They do some really fun things. I just wish they would maybe put together a better entire game right now. They've done it early. They did it early in the year. Second half team, really good second half team.
O'Connell going to wave this one off. There's a foul away from the basketball. Goes against Keene. It's a grab. It's a hold against Abbott, and so that is number 4 against the junior guard. He picked up 3 right away. Bang, bang, bang in the first quarter. That limited his minutes before halftime. Been able to avoid that 4th foul until right now, so he's still on the floor with 4.
You got to leave me. I'll tell you what, when they brought the kid, Orsiari, in,
he played well.
He wasn't bad. He shot an air ball, but he wasn't afraid. The next one he got,
played well.
Great drive to the basket,
right.
Made a great shot. Wasn't afraid at all.
We may see him.
We might see him right now.
There's a bucket. Shakir continues to have a big game off the pine, a dozen for the sophomore. And a chance for one more as Bedford's back up 10.
Okay, somebody.
So Abbott is done. I believe that's number 5. Malay is back on.
Yeah, they didn't put. Oh, fine, they put 5.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So Abbott fouls out, scoreless tonight, but never really able to get into rhythm because of that foul trouble. Meanwhile, Shakir.
He's definitely in rhythm tonight off the bench. What an energy burst.
2 for 3 at the line, and again, 13 points. He's Bedford's second leading scorer tonight behind Dak, who has 14.
Bedford back in a man. The zone was so good. I would almost not want to come out of their zone. It worked so well. When they were in the zone, now they were up 11. They go back to a man, but the zone has worked so well.
11 the mark here as we hit the midway point, fourth quarter.
Keene's got to score baskets a little quicker. Right now, it looks like Bedford's back in that zone again.
Meanwhile, Messiah and O'Connell chatting after O'Connell slapped that one out of his hands.
Now, they may play each other again at some point in the playoffs. I could see these two teams meeting again if they play well. And it might be fun.
Yeah.
Especially if they're chirping now just a little bit.
Keene has tried to play from behind all night. They're going to turn it over here. Bedford throws it up the floor. Shot there. Good effort off the window. It ends up as Keene basketball there. Coach Moreno not happy with that alley-oop attempt.
No, a little fired up. You want to make the shot. Don't do anything tricky. Just make the shot. Not throwing alley-oops to your 5'7" guy. You got to make sure you.
Got a foul here. It's against Dak, and I think that's number 4 against the freshman.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. They just put that up there.
You can see Dak with a genuine look of surprise on his face for being the guilty party there. That's the third team foul for Bedford. Hennessy at the line, meanwhile, knocks it down. His strong second half continues. He's got 8.
Yeah, from our vantage point, it looked like a great block by Dak.
Hennessy 1 for 2. Dak is 10th rebound.
Well, he and O'Rourke has 19 rebounds between the two. They've been outstanding on the glass.
Yep. 19 combined unofficially. Coming up in 3 minutes to go, fourth quarter. O'Rourke inside, count it, and the foul.
Strong play, confident. They have so much more confidence in him making shots. It's fun to watch. Evolution of a big man.
13 points for the senior, who has manned the middle for Bedford all season. Got hacked there.
Strong finish, too.
Yep.
Able to hang on and put it in.
And the lefty cashes in at the line as well.
2 for 2 from the free throw line. He's probably going to get another rebound, I would think. Definitely in good shape for a double-double. There it is.
Yep. And his second block of the night as well, officially. Third, I'm sorry, I shortchanged him. Meanwhile, look out as Dak goes down. This one turned back over to Keene.
Frustration because you're ahead. Slow the game down. You don't need to score baskets or take chances right now.
Yeah, you can see the
coach is frustrated.
You see the reaction from Coach
frustration.
Moreno.
That's just youth. That's just you still want to keep playing. It's really hard to tell players not to play the same way you've been playing, but you do have to slow it down a little bit.
Meanwhile, Hennessy got the step and 2 more off the glass. And again, a little extracurricular away from the basketball there.
Did not see where the chatting was going on that time, but
well, Dak was involved in a little bit of a skirmish there on the weak side. The officials, again, don't call a foul, but stop the game to reassess. Bedford going to handle the press. They're into the front court. Their lead is 11. 2.5 to go on this fourth quarter clock. Wrap around O'Rourke. Great dime there by Logan O'Connell.
Tricky pass.
16 for O'Rourke. Bedford matching their largest lead at 13 here as we head towards 2 minutes to go. Stanley is blocked. No, a foul. Somebody get a piece of the ball, but someone else may have gotten a piece of the wrist there. They're going to hit Dak with the foul, and the freshman, unfortunately for Bedford, just fouled out.
Yeah, 2 people got a piece of the ball on that one. Yeah, maybe after the shot a little bit on the wrist.
So Dak fouled out strong second half. 10 of his 14 after halftime. Double-double unofficially for the freshman, 10 rebounds as well.
And it was quiet, though. Sort of a quiet double-double, too, because he didn't get to play as much in the first half. We forgot about him for a minute. He wasn't in. And then he comes back in. Boom, what's he do when he comes back in? Score, rebound. All kinds of good things when he comes in.
Meanwhile, Stanley Now in double figures for Keene after that free throw. Second player to do so tonight, 10 points. 3 of 3 at the stripe.
I think Dak is a guy in the playoffs, too. Unless he's exhausted, you never take him out of the game. If you don't have to.
Stanley 2 for 2. 11-point game again. Nearly a steal here at midcourt, but it's last touch by the defender, Hennessy.
2-2-1. You got to really pressure the guards and make them go one way or another. You can't just let them dictate which way they go. So right now you got to force them. Force them to a trap. Force them one way. You can't.
Instead, Shakir goes right to the tin. No. Follows his own miss, and it's fouled. Knocked to the floor after pulling in his 4th rebound.
And that's free throw time. Didn't need the shot. Didn't need it, but I guess he saw the opening.
And again, you're right. Keene over the limit. 5 team fouls. Bedford right there behind them with 4. Shakir now 3 for 4 tonight at the line as his big game continues. The sophomore providing an offensive punch off the bench for the Bulldogs. 9 of his 14 have come in this second half. Make that 10 of 15.
Yeah, again, outstanding. Off the bench, outstanding. He could be a starter on this team easily.
3-pointer. Messiah too strong. May the weak side rebound for Bedford. And now the Bulldogs look to play keep away against this Keene press. Final 95 seconds, 4th quarter. We have a double dribble.
The rare double dribble, really.
Just in front of the official Gary Walsh there. 11th giveaway tonight for Bedford.
I don't think he's sure about the double dribble. Ellsmore's not. Let's take a...
Good pressure by Keene to force the giveaway. It may have occurred right there.
I don't think he didn't touch it with his other hand. I didn't see that, but...
Bedford in a 2-3. Holmes in the high post, turns and scores.
The 2-3's been great. That time, you left the high post wide open.
Yep.
And that's the... You don't want to do that.
Holmes making you pay. He's got 11 tonight off the bench for Keene. We have a timeout immediately from the Blackbirds sideline as Coach Boulay grabs the clipboard yet again, refusing to quit. His club down 11. Clock really a factor now with 1:20.
Well, this is when you're probably going to have to foul. But like I said in the press, if you have to force the ball handlers to go where you want them to go. So if you're trying to trap in a corner or maybe even at half court or across half court, force the ball handler to dribble that way, trap early, tight. Let them come through the trap, and then just make sure that you look for lob passes. Bedford just doesn't make sure you don't lob the ball, throw the ball nice and hard, crisp, and don't allow yourself to get trapped. So it's kind of a, again, like a little chess game, like you said before with some other stuff. But defensively, if you're going to press, you got to make them do something with the ball. You can't just let them hope they can dribble to your spot and trap them. And that's kind of what they've been doing so far.
65-54. Bedford has led most of the way tonight, looking to lock down another victory. Bulldogs would improve to 12-3 overall. And again, looking to avenge their previous basketball game where they lost at Alvern back on Friday night, 72-67. Keene, meanwhile, they started the season at 10-1, Justin, and they're staring now their 3rd straight loss in the face.
Yeah, they were in fuego early. Nobody could beat them early. They just really good.
1.19 straight after a 1-1 start. Meanwhile,
an offensive foul on the pass, but nothing there.
Coach Boulay advocating for a charge. Instead, what do we have here? A foul against Keene.
Not on Hennessy.
And it is on Hennessy, and that is number 4.
Wow. Okay.
Hennessy called for the grab there on O'Rourke, trying to deny him the ball. So O'Rourke to the line, no problem for the lefty. Bedford collectively has shot the free throw well tonight.
Coach Boulay is in danger of a tee here if he continues to talk. I think he just needs to be careful. I think he's really tried to motivate his team. It's weird. Sometimes a coach can get a tee, and it does motivate the team.
Oh, absolutely.
You get to get 1. You don't need to get 2 and get tossed. And then, Nick, there's paperwork. There's paperwork that no one wants to fill out. So.
Meanwhile, we got a foul here at midcourt against Bedford. So now both teams are in the bonus for the final 1 minute and 1 second. Reminder, after the game, we speak with the winning head coach live courtside. Will that be Bedford's Frank Moreno or Keene's Ray Boulay? Either way, stay tuned. We got stats, highlights, analysis, full recap, and out-of-town scoreboard to get to as well. That's all coming up in the postgame.
You're going to need a lot of timely threes and some big turnovers if you're going to come back now if you're Keene.
Up ahead, O'Rourke trying to gather, kicks to the corner. Instead, we have a Coach Moreno timeout.
Yeah, we're under a minute to go. Down 11 should be, that refrigerator door, like I said, is almost closing. My old Chick Hearnism. It's very close. The light's dimming. The door is creeping.
11 is the margin here. It's 67-56, the high water mark. Came both in the first half and earlier in this fourth quarter. 13 was the biggest Bedford lead tonight. But the Bulldogs scored 14 in a row in that first quarter.
Yeah, they were really standing early. They
really set the tone with that run.
Rolled off, and again, Keene, slow start. I think the games that they've lost going forward, I'm not sure they've always been a fast starting team. Even we saw that overtime game a double overtime game against Nashua South. Great game. But they had to come back again on that one a little bit.
Yep.
They had to come back against Trinity and lost. They just seemed to start a little bit too slow. And I think and Coach has done a good job trying to motivate them and push them early to not start slow. But, if you have to battle back all game long, all the time, it wears on you a little bit. And it's just, at some point you're going, man, we can't keep coming back from, 15, 20 down all the time.
And of course, they were shorthanded tonight without Will Fontaine, who injured himself, apparent ankle injury in the opening minute.
He's going to give you some rebounds, some block shots. Defensively, he's long too.
Meanwhile, out of the timeout, we have a Keene foul. It comes with 45 seconds remaining. And again, both teams are in the bonus, so 2 on the way for Landon Elsmore.
You just got to figure out who you're going to foul, too. You can't. Elsmore is a good free throw shooter. Pretty much everybody they have on the floor right now, with the exception of maybe Hinton, because he hasn't shot a free throw yet. We don't know.
He's a good shooter.
Good free throw shooter. We know that Elsmore is usually a good free throw shooter.
Hard to find one that's not on this Bedford roster, especially tonight. There's another 2-for-2 trip for Elsmore.
Yeah, they've shot well.
He's got 13 in the game. The lead back to 13.
According to my mathematical skills, they've only missed one free throw.
There you go. Messiah fadeaway, short irons it. Shakir, his 5th rebound for Bedford. And he's hunted down from behind at midcourt, grabbed and fouled. We're just inside of 30 seconds. Coach Moreno, he can see the finish line. He's going up and down the Bedford sideline right now, slapping 5 with his players.
Yep, now we're going to see Keene get some guys in. Some of their subs in the game.
Yep.
You think Bedford maybe will get a couple guys in. 29 seconds, maybe not.
Shakir's free throw is good. He missed his first attempt tonight, and he's hit 5 in a row since.
Yeah, that's their only miss of the game. And then you look at Keene's side, they've only missed 2. So, both teams have shot free throws well.
Yep.
Turnovers cut down the second half. Actually, Bedford has more, which is why Keene kind of caught up a little bit early.
2 for 2 for Shakir. The lead is 15. And now Keene is trying to finish strong here. Looks like they're about to suffer their 3rd straight loss and slip to 10-4 overall. Bedford looking to dribble out the final seconds on their 12th win of the season. Bulldogs now 12-3. And right behind Portsmouth in the D1 race. 71-56 ends up being the final, as nearly a wire-to-wire win for the home team. Balanced effort tonight offensively. Big nights for Connor O'Rourke and Weeji Dak.
Absolutely.
Strong showing in defeat for Javon Messiah and Jamal Stanley. Coming up, Coach Frank Moreno live and uncensored.
Ooh,
right here.
Uncensored?
On our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week broadcast, plus stats, highlights, analysis, recap, and out-of-town scoreboard. All of that next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, Bedford, they're winners again tonight, 71-56, as the Bulldogs improve to 12-3 right there near the top of the D1 standings. Keene, they suffer their third straight defeat and slip to 10-4. Joining us now, Coach Moreno, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Another job well done, Coach.
Thank you.
Balanced attack tonight, I think 7 different scores. You had a deep rotation there. And the two bigs really stood out, at least on paper, at the end of the day. O'Rourke, another double-double. Ouija Dak, another double-double. How about those two down low, not just tonight, Coach, but moving forward, how important are they going to be?
Oh, they're incredibly important. That was kind of the game plan going in. They're so fast on the perimeter. They're so long and lean. We figured if we could get the ball inside, maybe get some guys in foul trouble, that would help us a little bit down the stretch. I think that worked. But Ouija and Connor so strong. We don't play a lot of low post offense very much, but we tried some things out tonight, and it worked out for us.
And then Alicia Keir, 17 off the bench, 12 in the second half. We were talking about his value as a ball handler against the press, a rebounder, and obviously he can score the ball as well. How big has he been lately, and how much improvement have you seen from the start of the season till now with the sophomore?
Yeah, tremendous. I mean, he is such an asset on both ends of the floor. Like you said, he is one of our best defensive players. And just in the past probably 5 or 6 games, he's really found his scoring touch. He gets to the rim and finishes with his left hand really, really well, even though he shoots with his right, he's strong, so he can go through big guys and still get to the rim. Tremendous improvement over the season, and he can be in the first 5 on any team in the state for sure.
Yeah, energy guy.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Oh, impressive. I kept telling him multiple times, energy guy off the bench, energy guy. So it's kind of fun, though. You've evolved, I think, as a team. Maybe I'm wrong. We haven't seen you in a while, but it looks like you evolved from more previously a little bit more one-on-one stuff to let's move the ball around, let's pass and cut, let's pick and roll, let's use our big guys a little bit. You've evolved, and it seems like it's made you better?
It's taken a little while, Justin, but yeah, absolutely. We've been really focusing on running offense, especially against really good defensive teams in the playoffs. We know we just can't go downhill on everyone. So the pick and roll has been effective for us. We ran it a lot last week against Alvern. We couldn't come out on top, but we saw some things there that we wanted to build on. So, yeah, getting Connor and Ouija in the roll situation helps, and it helps our guys driving too. It helps Logan and Landon free up sometimes. So, it's been good for us.
Yeah, because we were talking to Logan O'Connell, who usually scores, 12, 14 points, kind of was held to 2 tonight, but good passes. He didn't force too many shots as he did early, I think, in the season.
Yep.
But he got other guys the ball and got them involved, and you had all this, like Nick said, a balanced scoring attack. which is going to win you games.
Yeah, we knew that, when Logan's at the top of the scoring leaderboard, people are going to start keying on him, just like we do against other teams. So we've really challenged him to find other ways to contribute. And you saw tonight, I don't know how many assists he had, but he found Connor and Ouija a bunch of times down low. So That's really valuable.
Right. Coach, you've got Salem coming up next. I think that's Tuesday, so you have a full week.
Yeah, rest up a little bit.
I'd imagine that comes at the right time, right?
It does, yeah. We've had guys that have been like other teams battling flu and injuries and stuff like this. So it's a good time for us to just have, a week off, not a week off, but, no game this week to prepare for, and we can fine-tune some things right before the playoffs.
Congrats, Coach.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Awesome.
As usual.
Thank you.
Frank Moreno, good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Per usual. With the longtime Bedford head coach. His club, a 71-56 win tonight. 7 different players get their name in the scorer's book. They're led by Ali Shakir.
Oh, look at that.
As we get a gift, courtesy donut from our friends here at
you.
Bedford High. But again, Shakir leads the group, at least offensively, with 17 tonight for Bedford. O'Rourke, 16 and 11 rebounds. Dak, 14 and 10. And then, of course, for Keene, the high man was Javon Messiah, 22 points, 13 of those in the first quarter. Also had 5 rebounds. Jamal Stanley in double figures with 11 and a strong second half, as expected, from Fitch Hennessy, who does get to the double-figure mark with 10 points. So Bedford back on the winning track at 12-3. Keene trying to shake the Blues as they slip to 10-4.
They have to shake the Blues because today you played a team that always starts fast, and you're a team that starts slow. So at some point you got to figure guys have to talk among themselves. Coach, I thought Boulay really tried hard to motivate his team to give them a little bit more in that first half because they come out slow. And I get it. When you're on the road, I don't know what happens at home because we're, it's far away. But when you're on the road and you have to make that drive, we've talked about it. You got to sit, you got to watch, you got to wait. And you do come out a little lackadaisical sometimes. But it's becoming a pattern for them. They're a better team than that. And I don't care who you are. If you get behind by too many points in this wide-open Division I conference, you're going to find yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
And they have. They found themselves in trouble a few times and have lost some games, I think, that they shouldn't have lost. This game, though, they should have lost.
Other games that we're keeping an eye on tonight in Division I. Portsmouth, of course, at the top of the D1 standings. We will see the Clippers coming up on Friday when they take on Wyndham in Wyndham. Right now, Portsmouth no problem with Londonderry, 61-34 after 3 quarters.
Big lead there.
So a big lead for Portsmouth. That one in Londonderry, but a big hill to climb for the Lancers. Clippers hoping to ensure their 12th win of the season. Meanwhile, Memorial, they come from behind to beat Winnicott 58-51. A strong fourth quarter for the Crusaders gets them their 8th victory of the season. And then a Nashua rivalry renewed tonight. Nashua South, they top BG 71-60. Josh Caruso had 28 points, according to our friend Tom King from the Nashua Telegraph and ETV. And no problem tonight for Trinity. Big win over Salem, 72-32 is the final score.
And that's who Bedford has next, right? Salem. That's a big win for Trinity. That's another one too. They need to keep winning as well, I think, to improve their
lot.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys. There's a lot of teams we've seen very similar. So, I mean, when they play in the playoffs, we have no idea what's going to happen in the playoffs, I don't think, just because of how close a lot of these teams are. That top 8, 9, any one of those nights, one could beat the other.
Wide open this year for sure. Dover with a win tonight over Goffstown. 66-61 is the final there.
Playing well.
All right, I want to thank my old friend Corey Parker, the athletic director here at Bedford High, our friends at BCTV, including station manager Bill Jennings. Of course, got to thank the sponsors tonight. Nothing happens without them. That's Beals Insurance, MG Sports Fundraising, and the New Hampshire Tomahawks, of course, for our crew here at Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, including our dual videographers, John Barron and Matt Beals. Another bang-up job tonight here at Bedford High. And, of course, the whole thing orchestrated flawlessly by the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, our director, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios. For executive producer Steve Beals and my partner, Justin Gorham, my name is Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time, Bedford 71, Keene 56. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.